What's up, guys? I just finished watching the first episode of Lanterns, and it was freaking amazing, man. It was freaking amazing. What did you guys think of the pilot overall? Did Was it what you expected? Was it better or worse? Does this feel like a true DC show or more? To me, the biggest surprise of the entire episode was how Jordan died. Is he dead? Isn't he dead? That it's gonna be delved a little deeper into over the next few episodes. Because I certainly didn't expect that. I certainly didn't expect that. Like, why would HBO kill off one of their biggest Green Lantern characters in the very first episode? Could we be looking at a murder mystery rather than a permanent death? And to me, the biggest question is who did it? Who killed Hal Jordan? Uh, where's his ring? Where's bro's ring? His body was found, but the ring is gone. And whoever killed him potentially knew exactly what the ring was. Could the killer be another lantern? Could the ring have chosen someone else? And that's important to the story because how, like he mentioned when he was talking to John, that the ring originally chose him. When the original Green Lantern crash landed on Earth and he died, and he ended up, getting carried away in a bubble, and he became the new Green Lantern, which was very interesting. So, if he died, then why didn't the ring go to his successor in John? So that's going to be interesting to see the series explore with that when that happens. But you know, it's a lot of important things that happened this episode, and you know, uh, Aaron Pierre's introduction as John Stewart, to me, that was, he played the role very well. Because John is disciplined, serious, and much more controlled than Hal. And his military background actually makes him a natural lantern candidate. And throughout this whole entire thing, the episode, we saw that Hal was kind of resistant to the idea of just giving up his ring. Hal was very reckless. Hal is very, very reckless, extremely reckless. And it showed throughout this first episode. Um, but, is John eventually going to have to become Earth's primary Green Lantern? Uh, that remains to be seen. Once we find out what happened to Hal and what happens to the ring. But Cal Chandler's version of Hal is much, much different than the traditional heroic version. Uh, Bro is arrogant. He's very, very reckless, and clearly he's toting around a lot of baggage. The way that he trains John is insane. Because the guys see that the very first scene with them, like he kind of like, here, take the ring, figure it out. Bro jumps out of the car and lets the car go off a damn bridge, basically a mountain, basically. So he had to kind of figure out quickly like how to operate it, and it's like a trial by fire kind of thing, which was insane. But uh yeah, to me, like Hal appears to be a decent mentor because he it's the trial by fire thing, man. Like he's training him the way that he thinks he needs to be trained because there was no one around to train John or Hal when he first got the ring. So, uh, you know, does he know more about the conspiracy than he's admitting? Because the time jump said a lot, spoke volumes. It spoke absolutely volumes. Oh, what's up, Dylan? Oh, hey man, I just saw your message, man. How's it going? I haven't played Roblox in a while. I haven't played Roblox in a while, man. Uh, yeah, it's been a while since I played Roblox. It's been a minute actually. But you know, during the 2016-2026 timeline, why tell this story across those two timelines? Right. I feel like they went back into the past for some specific reason. And we know that The 2016 investigation eventually leads to Hal's death. Now, what happened to John during those 10 years? Why would he return to Rushville in 2026 outside of the obvious? And that was checking on his friend, checking on his mentor. So, uh, the Rushville mystery, the football game, the shooting immediately establishes that something isn't normal. Hal believes the aliens are involved, and Hal was actually right about everything. He was right about everything. Who was the alien? Why was the alien on Earth? And was the explosion in the police station, was that part of a larger plan? The Macon family, they're under my microscope because I feel like there's a lot of secret stuff going on there. William Macon immediately feels suspicious. There's something very suspicious about bro. I don't know what it is, but something feels very off and about him. And then the the grandma, Joy, I think that was her name, or Zoe, something like that. But that was very suspicious as well because she just randomly plants herself in a bar. I got a feeling that, and spoilers ahead, that she could possibly be an alien as well. Because she just kind of pulls up the cigarette after she does her thing with our boy John, and I feel like she was kind of trying to fit in as a human. That's something that like humans would typically do. But yeah, his connection to her makes it makes this situation much more complicated, very, very much so. I think the Macons know more about Hal's eventual death and their relationship with Zoe, him like sleeping with her 5 minutes after he meets her, then discovering that she's married to William. And this is possible like character development, but I think it definitely could become important to the larger mystery. Zoe's definitely connected. She's connected somehow, some way. Gotta be for sure. But did the pilot did you guys feel like that it gave us enough of the Green Lantern mythology? Because they did sneak the oath in there. They snuck the oath in there, and during that interrogation, Hal was visibly frustrated when the alien was like reciting it. He was like, "Shut up! Don't say it. I take this crap very seriously. Don't say it. Stop it." But you could tell he was very frustrated about it, man. So, but yeah, man, it was a lot to unpack that episode. There's definitely some cosmic elements hiding underneath this grounded story, you know. And I love this true detective approach. I love the true detective approach for this show. I think it's gonna be amazing. I think there's 8 episodes in this season, all around 50 minutes to an hour long. So I'm looking forward to every Sunday now. Hopefully, it doesn't interfere with football, but yeah, I'm very much so looking forward to what happens with this series, man. But how so far it, it doesn't really feel truly connected yet. I guess once we get the other Green Lantern in future episodes, that's when it'll feel a little bit more connected. Because of the jumping around, the time skipping, and all that. But in the previews for the season, I did see the Green Lantern with Bull. I can't remember his name right now, but he is in this. He will be making an appearance in this series. So hopefully we get some Jessica Cruz in there as well. So that'd be pretty cool to see eventually, anyway. But my predictions for episode 2, I think we find out who killed Hal Jordan, uh, or who killed him. It might not even be him. It could be some kind of a clone that he created with his ring or something like that. But we got is William Macon involved? Is Zoe trustworthy? What happened during those 10 years between 2016 and 2026? Uh, we'll see Sinestro. Yeah, he's been in the previews. How big of a role he has, we don't know, but he will be in there. Uh, but I definitely give this episode a 9. because it hit on everything, man. Like it was action, it was a lot of comedy. So this episode definitely was it definitely slapped. It definitely slapped. So, but there's a lot of potential here, a lot of mystery, and I think um my biggest question was killing Hal Jordan the greatest move DC could have ever made, or did they just blow their biggest Green Lantern card immediately? I guess we'll find out. But appreciate you guys tuning in, and hope to see you on the next one. Peace.